Good morning, everyone. This is Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Clint Willard, coming at you on Monday, July 15th, 2019. This is a Monday Memo Summer Edition, and it's an opportunity to update you, our listeners and viewers, on some different aspects of what's going on in the school district and some things happening in your Brookings School District. Now, I just want to acknowledge real quickly a big shout out of thanks and appreciation. We had quite a number of parents that completed our survey for our annualized continuous improvement efforts that we have going on in the district. This was the second year that we've conducted that survey. The feedback was very positive about the Monday Memo, so we certainly appreciate it. Some of the feedback as well for improving the Monday Memo was a suggestion that we would start doing a transcript. We'll struggle with doing that because I don't write these all out verbatim prior to conducting the Monday Memos. What I would suggest that you could do if you're so inclined is to download this as a podcast type version. You can listen in the background as you're doing something rather than doing a print version of the Monday Memo, so you have that. And we're going to continue in this venue, and again, we appreciate the feedback and suggestions on what people want to hear and the type of information that they like to have so that they're engaged with what's happening in your Brookings School District. So with that being said, we're going to dive into a few things happening. This is our summer edition. We don't do these every week like we do during the school year. We're doing one today because actually we have a school board meeting this evening, July 15th, and it's going to be in this room right here, the Professional Development and Community Room out at Dakota Prairie Elementary School. You're certainly welcome to join us if you wish. The board has a very full agenda tonight. Actually, we will be starting with some tours of a couple of our schools. We'll be visiting the middle school site, the middle school site to see the progress going on there. I'll highlight on that just briefly in a moment or two. We'll also be visiting both the Madera Elementary as well as the Hillcrest Elementary schools, and our architects will be along, and we'll be talking about some of those things that need some improvements in each of those schools and talk about what those items are and really start thinking quite intentionally about our plan of action as we move forward to address those needs. They are all embedded within our Master Comprehensive Facility Plan that was adopted by the board a couple of years ago. First off the list, however, was the discussion about the middle school project. So I'll give a quick update on that. As we all know, this has been quite an interesting last 12 months in particular, maybe more like the last 7-8 months. With the weather that we've had an unprecedented level of snowfall coupled with an unprecedented amount of rain this spring and into this summer even. I think we've already exceeded our average normal rainfall for the month of July, so we know that things have been a little unique and unusual. As a result of some of those weather challenges, we have had some unforeseen delays in some of the construction work that's going on. With that delay, however, we've been given assurances by the contractor that the classroom spaces, which are really the primary spaces that we want and need to have operational, will be operational by the time school starts, and we'll be able to enter into that facility with the students. However, the main entrance, there are some delays happening there, so we may continue to have a little shift in traffic flow, some changes in drop-off as we continue into the fall. Will probably be very similar to what we had to start the school year last year and to finish the school year. The good news for all the middle school parents, however, is this: the parking lot will be done on the north side of the building, so we don't have to contend with the big ruts and the mud and all the issues that we had with the snow and the rain through the winter and the spring. So the good news is that parking lot will be finished. So just stay tuned. There'll be more information coming specifically from the middle school to middle school parents to keep you updated on what's going on. Another thing that I wanted to share is with the board meeting tonight, a number of other items on the agenda, in fact, a very full agenda. This is the annual reorganization meeting of the board that happens every July because our fiscal year runs July 1 until June 30. So there'll be a number of different activities related to the board reorganization, and the board, again, will take some actions on some different objects that are happening. One of the update items that I will be providing to the board this evening is that we have finally been approved by the IRS for our foundation. So we're super excited about that, and we'll be looking for individuals that may have an interest in serving in the capacity of the board on the foundation. So if you're inclined and have an interest and some history or some experiences with foundation efforts, and you believe this is a great way for you to become engaged in the school district, you can certainly contact the superintendent's office, and we'll take your name and see if that's a fit for you to be on our inaugural launch of a foundation board. Right now, we'll be working through the bylaws to get those finalized, but we're really excited to see the official launch of the Brookings School District Foundation and what that will mean for us, not only in the short term, but really into the long term when we talk about scholarships and opportunities for teachers and funding and different projects that we have within the school district. So again, thanks to all that have continued to support and encourage us in this effort. We certainly do appreciate it. I want to talk a little bit about the upcoming month, because as we look ahead, really just a little over a month before some activities start with back-to-school events. In fact, about 1 month from today, we'll have our new teachers into the district and have our new teacher in service. That will be on August 16th. On August 19th and August 20th, we have our staff in-service days. Those are the days that our staff members come back and have some back-to-school welcome activities that happen. And then on the 21st and 22nd, we have the by appointment assessment days and back-to-school days that we have scheduled. So if you are not registered yet with your child, or you know somebody that's new to the community that needs to enroll in the school district and ensure that they're registered, please encourage them to contact the district office and do so, because it's really important as we start earmarking those particular days for the back-to-school appointments on the 21st and the 22nd. Finally, on August 23rd, all students are in the buildings and have those initial classroom meetings and those types of events that occur. So mark your calendars, look ahead, and we know that between now and then there's a number of other community activities going on. But again, it's time to start thinking a little bit about back to school. Supply lists are online. You can certainly contact us at the district office if you have any questions. A couple other big announcements that have occurred in the last 30 days or so, and actually will be ratified ideally by board action this evening. We went through a process of seeking a new principal for the Camelot Elementary School. Mr. Tim Leis had accepted the position as the CEO of the Boys and Girls Club, and we certainly wish him and really hope that he has a great tenure with the Boys and Girls Club, and wish him the very best there. That did create a vacancy at the Camelot Elementary School, intermediate school, where we had to fill this position there. And what we did is advertised and had a pool of very highly qualified, highly effective candidates. At the end of the day, after our teams had reviewed the candidates, and the teams involved other administrators, teachers, some support staff members as well, we ultimately landed on a recommendation of Dr. Kevin Lein as our recommendation for the intermediate school principal. Dr. Lein had been the high school principal at Harrisburg School District. That's why his name may be familiar. So again, the board should act on that this evening. So we would just encourage everybody to welcome Dr. Lein and to the Brookings School District. We're super excited about his experiences that he has had and the skill sets that he will bring to help lead our Camelot Intermediate School, and we're just really excited to have him join our Bobcat family. Another person that people from time to time in the community interact with is the assistant to the superintendent. That position was open because of a job change for Laura Garretts, who had held that position, and we have named Amanda Kesteloot as the individual that will be in that position. She'll be part-time up until about the first week of September, so if there's some needs that you need to reach out to me for, or some contacts, certainly feel free to contact Laura myself directly, and we'll do our very best to respond to those needs that you might have. But Amanda Kesteloot will be fulfilling that duty, and again, part-time up until about the first week of September, and then full-time thereafter. So we're super excited to welcome her as well. We know that we'll have a number of other staff members that we'll announce and update you on throughout the year as we identify some of our new teachers, some of our other new support staff members as well. We're just excited to see those positions getting filled and our Bobcat team getting filled out. So we're really excited about everything that's developing there. A couple other things that I wanted to highlight, that this summer has been a very busy summer in our buildings. A number of activities going on that are occurring to ensure that our buildings are up and ready to go. And as a result of that, sometimes there are items that are declared surplus, and we will this next week have a surplus auction coming up. So if you want to find out more, you can go to the Burlage-Peterson website. Burlage-Peterson Auction Company will be the ones handling the auction. The board will look at the list of items declared surplus tonight, but please, we certainly encourage you to dive into that list. If there's some things that are of interest to you, we encourage you to come out to that surplus auction and take full advantage of those items that are no longer needed here in the school district, and raise your hand to bid, because we certainly would like to see those items go to a good home, whether there's some chairs or desks or some cabinetry or some old vehicles that are no longer needed in the school district. We just encourage you to come and show up at the surplus auction, again, coming up this next week. But beyond that, we've had a lot of professional development activities that our teachers and staff have been involved in, a whole host of different activities that are supporting reading instruction, some of the activities that are happening with mathematics instruction, some work with our mass customized learning efforts in the school district, all going on this summer, and we really applaud our staff members that have been super engaged in those activities. So if you see a teacher out in our community, please thank them for their involvement and continuing on their own path of professional growth and development along the way. The last thing that I wanted to highlight is the idea of the mass customized learning. I know I've received a few questions if that is proceeding, and yes, it is. We will actually continue the pathway into the middle school this next year. Right now, I believe we have approximately 119 or 120 students that have, and their families that have opted into the mass customized learning pathway. So right now, we will have mass customized learning options in Hillcrest, Madera, Dakota Prairie, Camelot, and now this next year, the middle school. So we'll keep updating you about mass customized learning. There's some information on our school district website, and again, it's just a different pathway or a model of instruction and in the teaching and learning model. So if you want more information, please feel free to ask one of the building administrators. You can certainly contact our office. Myself or Michelle Vanderweerd would be happy to answer those questions for you along the way. Well, I think we're about out of time. We try to keep these about 10 to 12 minutes so that it becomes an opportunity for you to learn some things happening in your Brookings School District. Certainly a lot more that we could highlight and share, but we'll save those items till a later day. If you're inclined, you can certainly log in this evening, watch the school board meeting through our YouTube channel. We ask that you'd start hitting subscribe on this channel. It's a great way to get those items pushed out to you throughout the school year, whether it's this venue with the Monday Memo or the radio show that we throw out as a podcast through the YouTube channel or on the district website. Just great ways for you to stay connected on what's happening in your Brookings School District. So with that being said, I want to say continue to have a great summer, everyone. We certainly appreciate all that you do to support your Brookings School District. And remember, it's a great day to be a Brookings Bobcat. Thanks, everybody. Have a great summer.